They communicated through telepathy. They came from the planet Fate, sent by the towers which grew through the good side of the planet's surface. The Truth and Queen arrived to the planet Fate in the same age as the Drudgens, exile. Many ages ago, the Drudgen lived on a distant planet, surrounded by abundant nature, smoking through his pipe and drinking the essence of pure nature. He developed his spiritual understanding of the heavens. For over 1,000 ages, the Drudgen viewed the planet Fate through the field of arrows. The closest beings with the highest consciousness to the Drudgen resided there. Daniel Theologian, a good wizard of fate, communed with the Drudgen and foresaw the demise of his world. Daniel tried to stop the return of the Dark Wizards after a great war which had been prophesied to bring the planet's demise, but the good wizards had lost their strength. Darkness prevailed, and the planet entered an age of pestilence. Nature slowly died on the surface, and the surviving people dwelt in the caves below. The Drudgen continued to commune the truth of green to the people of Fate. The truth of green was nature itself. The planet continued to decay, and eventually the Dark Wizards cast a spell upon it, leaving it trapped inside a false star to hide it from the rest of the universe. Half guided by light and half by darkness, as an experiment to test the balance of life. Then they traveled to Earth by means of teleportation, adapting to its cultures and staying hidden from its people. They never spoke of their journey again and referred to the truth that they left behind as the Exodus Mythology. After realizing the truth of green, the people of Fate gradually returned to the surface, wearing protective clothing and glasses to protect them from the atmosphere, naming themselves mythological under the guidance of the Drudgen, derived from the meaning walkers of land and keepers of peace. They worked in groups of 3, as this is how green had been found, numbering themselves in accordance with their own understanding of green. At this time, the towers grew through the surface on the good side of the planet and communicating the wisdom of the Drudgen to the mythological, guiding them onwards to find peace. As legend has it, an abnormally powerful mythological turned against the towers and took the power of Fate into himself. He led his own units of 3, and they became known as the Hooded Darkness. He traveled to the dark side of the planet, destroying the creatures he saw, which had formed from the people trapped in the caves below. They resembled the Drudgen itself by way of listening to his communion under the guidance of darkness. He waged war on the mythological, wanting to know where the truth of green came from, sending out hordes of the darkness through space to find its origin. enthroned, and brought before the Wallacom, who had turned on fate. This powerful Wallacom's action was to send the Dredgen to the dark side of the planet, where the towers did not grow. His pipe was filled with a poisonous plant that had been found on a distant world, and his mind twisted from goodness to evil. The Dredgen eventually found communion with the dark wizards of Fate's past, who had remained on Earth. His message was distorted, leading the Dark Ones into power. Eventually, in the year 2055, the Dredgen sent out his own units to Earth. They resembled him, as had the creatures which lived on the dark side of the planet. Their mission was to deceive the people of Earth into surrender. The only hope was that the truth of green still remained, and only time would tell.
With the word death. This would be caused by the actions of 3 Wallacop on the planet their ancestors had named Fate, derived from the meaning forever attached to eternity. Also had a meaning, walker of land and keeper of peace. The surface of fate. Working in groups of 3, as this is how green was found. By 3 Wallacop, each of different levels of understanding of green. was a belief passed down through generations that linked the Wallacom to the hidden powers of their planet and of the eternal universe. These powers would enhance the Wallacom's own nature. However, powers like this would only be granted by the Towers of Fate. Of fate grew through the surface of the planet at the same time as the Wallacom found green and walked the land. Taking a Wallacom to the Towers of Fate was an action used to decide their future, whether they join the space travelers or lead their own unit on the planet's surface. These were the paths given in the time of peace. Yet peace was once questioned by an abnormally powerful Wallacom when he wounded his own number 3 and led him to a tower as a challenge to fate's ways. The decision was made by fate that this Wallacom and his number 2 should be shown that they should never question green. The Tower's action was to subject them to ultimate knowledge of past, future, and present. And saw beyond green, beyond the white space, and took the power of fate into himself. This number 1 was the first Wallacom to ever travel alone. He walked to further lands, avoiding fellow Wallacom and developing his strength. Eventually, his path took him to the dark side of the planet, where the towers did not grow. He faced horrifying formations. With his new powers, number 1 passed judgment over these beasts. He decided their future would be death. his own ways to his own legions of eunuchs. They would become known as the Hooded Darkness and would wage war on the Warlock for many ages. Eventually, the only future seemed to be that of death, and peace was lost, along with all meaning. The truth of green would never be spoken again, not until the time of the dredging.
So Smith, it is him. Yes, everything is being done to us. Someone in possession of the ship, speaking of him. Yes, Humphrey. You seem to have connected. We have come far. Indeed, do you think that that's the message saying? I think no. I think you know this news. What more? It isn't true. Yes, someone. The mouth like a shark. Submit. Go! Go on to scream. Is it pretty tight? Yes. Right, stop. The devil. Satan, the fear of knowledge. See what the jigsaw's for. It is clear, king. Symbol of resistance. This is certain. What is held by the tribals. Where? We've seen the evil. Let me hear. Blue! Blue number one. Blue in the sky. Yes, number two. Three billion below. Yellow. Number three. Sweet. Sorry. Number one, in green. Yeah, the sun repeats the completed sphere. Energy, the arrows rose on the yellow. To create the green through combination. You combine the prime with expelling the evil. Yes. Number one, it is green. I know. We always have. Symbols of letters. Number one, in green. find the primary expelling the evil.
Even though time has passed, I still remember every word of the prayer.
Please, God, hear me. I am sorry for my sins. God, I am unsure whether I have sinned. I don't feel like I have. Lord, I know there's more than one. You are bad people, Lord. You are bad people, Lord. You are bad people, Lord. You are bad.
Looking back, one's own destiny seems so free, untouched by the knowledge of what will follow in the present. We must slow down time so we may see the moments which precede us. The caterpillar waits and grows in order to fly. that it may rise. Follows the next. Yet, not all things find their way. The path is there to be found. Yet, destiny does not wait forever. And sometimes, looking back is not the answer. Time only waits for the dead, so it seems. Destiny told me my time was now, that my guiding light was false, and he placed the direction of my own path into my hands, and he sent me out find darkness. many paths, many futures, and we do not take, but complete. Yes, we are the womb of times gone by.
No one remembers the truth. How long have we been driving? I'm not sure why. No reason. How much longer do you think we'll be? I don't know. 2 hours maybe. But you got to go quickly. I said, didn't you say that 2 hours ago? Ewan, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Nothing. I'm just getting a little tired is all. March 14th, 0700 hours, 21:30. Located Group A42, just before sunrise, at 04:15 hours. Verifying Benjamin Salt's plea bargain. Preliminary scouting suggested that A42's base of operations stretched below that of its legitimate business front. Believing the child to be in critical danger, I decided to pursue a direct course of action. Initial resistance was minimal. Triggered silent alarm, located entrance, unfortunate but unavoidable. Total count, 14 dead, 4 injured. Those questioned were unable or unwilling to name their leader. Highest ranking corps showed signs of parish ownership, but I'm still not convinced this is the end of the story. Yeah, you think that's right, do you, you stupid? Located girl 5 minutes after main contact. She... Laura had died somewhere between 3 to 5 days ago. Visible evidence of repeated beating and massive blood loss consistent with lacerations using a cutthroat razor or a fine-edged blade. Hello again, Malcolm. Super. Did you get here in time? No. Anyone left who can give some real answers? No one high enough to keep something like this covered up for so long. Harper? Or at least someone who studied his methods, that sick bastard. You any close to finding him? Not yet.
Well, I guess I'll finish up here then.
To go back to HQ? Yes, please, Thomas. Super. Super. What do you think about last week's Mulholland report? Patchy in places, Diane. You don't agree that the RCR's policies are slipping back to how it was in the 20s? No, Diane. Groups like A42 go back thousands of years, but they know the end is coming for them.
Weren't A42 members found with combat augmentation?
I think we all know the answer to that one, Pete.
Mr. Horace Whitehaven is sworn to continue promoting RCR next month. Any concession to his safety?
Of course, Richard Whitehaven's loss was a tragic one. I personally guarantee his pledge to Laura's memory will not be challenged. Could Laura's death have been prevented? Super! Super! Close the show. Super! 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 Okay, folks, that's enough. People in the crowd see me sing. Some will ignore, some will bring experience to my eyes. Thunder to the skies. That's 3 shots, right? See you later, yeah? You have 1 new voicemail. Julia, this is Mr. Feldman. I've sent you the tickets. You looking to buy anything? What you got? Ever heard of Quicksilver? Oh, no way! I've been looking for Merc for years. You got your gun, cowboy? Still there? Sure. So what's the sample? The Gates, London Palladium, front row. First hand, a friend's uncle, an old-time rocker, burned it a couple of years ago.
No offence meant. It's just you've got to ask these days, you know.
You must have been buying some real shit recently. You have no idea. Last week I bought this crap banging Memoria, kept flashing between a 15th birthday party and a club in Soho. I've heard of it. You're lucky to still be alive. I know, I'm lucky. By the way, do you have a contact? I know people who would buy your entire stock. No, sorry, I'll be around though. Just tell them to ask for Jules, and I'll soon find them. Okay, don't worry about it. Here it goes. Hey, Jewel. Now here's an educated opinion. What's up? These two ladies have been denied access to the dungeon. Now it's go home or try my latest potion. I wouldn't. Wouldn't what? Buy from me? Yeah, if they don't already know about Quicksilver, then it would only be a waste. Ha! Did you see them? I thought I was wasting my time, but 200 quid, that's more than I used to get in a month. More money than sense. Exactly. More money than sense. I bet they stashed away in a bush for 6 months anyway. But of course then it's going to be pointless. A £200 vial of water. Useless. The gates would spin in their grave. Do they know what I go through to get these concerts? Are you making fun of me? Of course. Sorry, got carried away. So, how are you? I'm good. Made any deals? Yeah. How much? 4Ks. Did someone have a death wish? It sounded like they liked to party. Weirdos. So, I'll see you in a few hours, yeah? Sure. I love you. I love you too. See you later. Gary? Yeah? I got something in the post. What was it? I've been invited to a party, 2 tickets. We could go together. Yeah, we should go. Really? You'd do that? We should take some shots. You never know who turns up to these things. It's a charity auction. So you're not worried then? Important event and everything? It's not that important. It's all about the money. And you know who's going to be picking up the check? It's going to be you, Hopkirk, if you don't put a sock in it. Back at 11, right, Sergeant? Right. Come on then. Let's get back to some real work. I bet a lot of money goes into this thing. Probably. You don't mind coming along with me tonight, do you? I was invited. Besides, an order's an order, right? Right. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's boredom grass, isn't it? Yes, sir. You're down at 42nd, right? We were at the Whitehaven case this morning, sir. Ah, yes. Well, I won't keep you, Constable. Yes, I know. It is bad, isn't it? You remember me saying about the tight controls? I think I do, yes. Did they bring them in the end? Yes, but only as an extension to some subclause. Arthur did try, but you know how difficult these things are to pass through committee. We have at least made a start. Of course, but it is infuriating, isn't it? Excuse me, would you mind if I ask what you're talking about? We are discussing the laws of these experience junkies. Well, I wouldn't quite say that. More the restrictions on extended experience licenses. It's the same thing. Do you think there are too many people with experience licenses? How can anyone not? Well, I'm not sure. Why would you say that? People will make experience whether they're allowed to or not. And you think that's a valid enough excuse? Of course it is. Experience allows people to connect in the most fantastic way. Experience is the enlightened technology. So obviously, only you should get to decide who can tailor experience. I'm not sure most people should be allowed to take experience. It's amazing to know Neanderthals like you still exist. Now, come on. Considering the Bill of New Foundation made it almost mandatory for normal people to take experience, the fact that the bill was given to us by the messengers themselves makes me think that anyone that so easily forgets that must be a complete evolutionary reject. All you have to do is think about it. And who is this? Hey, Bew. Mind if I talk to you for a moment? You were saying something about certain trains of thought. I want you to meet somebody. Who? I've told him all about you. Right, but who is he? A friend from university. You never said. You never asked. Don't worry, babe. Ah, my dear. It's a pleasure to see you again, Julia. Introductions always at the start, would you say, Miss Bordengrass? Absolutely, Mr. Feldman. Call me Danger. Ha! He's kidding me, right? Well, not quite. I can't take this seriously. Please, Gary, just listen to what Danger has to say. What the hell is this? Gary, please. So what does he want? Danger is my alias, and I brought you here because there is something all three of you need to know. You didn't bring us here. No, so how is it that you're here in such pleasant surroundings? Julia! Was sent tickets by me. You are my guests. I've been waiting for you for some time, I'm afraid. You're afraid? Yes. Very dull. Predictable. You never did anything spontaneous. Sleep, sex, eat, and deal drugs day after day. Not so loud. And who, pray, would be listening? I assure you, no one has any idea we are sitting in here. Anyone could be listening to us right now. Not in this instance. We are surrounded by 4 walls and a crowd of people in conversation. They are far too concentrated on their own petty pursuits. You've been overdosing on experience. Professor Feldman taught psychology. So you met him at university as your teacher. That was in my youth. Now it's my great fortune to reside there as their dean. Professor Feldman is a brilliant man, Gary. And the reason you are here tonight. So you're finally getting to the point. Yes, Miss Bordengrass, the true purpose of your convergence is my own intellect. Something is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Something so large that there's absolutely no trace of it anywhere. What do you mean, Professor? I believe someone is going to a great deal of trouble to set something huge in motion. These people are powerful. There's no mistaking that. In fact, I believe they already control every aspect of our lives. Who the? RCR? Yes. But the RCR was created by the Trojan prophets. Everybody knows that. How do you know that? Did you see it for yourself? No, but there. You see that? See what? What you just said? No, but? Exactly. Isn't that a sentence of our times? No, I didn't see it for myself, but thanks to this wonderful addiction of mine, the light showed me everything. The world is still full of lies, Mr. Sotabos. We are far away from the truth. The key that begs to etch onto the inside of our skulls. Why would the RCR be lying to us? Need you ask? Power, my dear. As simple as that. All they had to do was make it look as convincing as possible. Make what as convincing as possible? Earth's encounter with the Trojans 75 years ago. But the Bill of makes experience almost mandatory, I've heard you say, and given to us by the alien prophets. We've been sold by the RCR. RCR controls the bill that suggests heavily that we use experience. RCR controls the message given to us by the Trojan. RCR controls all legal experiences. RCR controls the court, the lesser government, oil, gas, sugar, water, air. You entrust every aspect of your lives to these people, and you don't even know if the thing that they base their power on ever really happened. Forgive me if you think this sounds a little generalized, but only humanity would be stupid enough to give up control of a planet for the prospect of a shiny watch in a magical box. I've heard enough of this. I'm leaving. And where would you go, Mr. Sotabos? Into another one of your incantations, perhaps? Surely you notice it, this world? Doesn't it seem to be forever on the cusp of utopia? But this is the same world as it ever has been. If this world is such a utopia, then why are we in the middle of a charity auction? And why does our society still require the likes of you and your boyfriend to provide adequate periods of escapism from it? Maybe now this matter has caught your attention, Miss Bordergrass. For the moment, at least. And you, Julia? I'm not sure. Ladies, this guy is nuts. You know it's all a load of shit, right? But what? But Feldman's a genius. If he thinks something's wrong, then... well, I believe him, Gary. Leave him, please. We still have much to talk about. What do you need me to do? long have we been driving? Not sure. Why? What are you doing? What is it, Yuo? I don't know. No, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't it, Arthur? Arthur! Ah, you know what I mean. You can really taste it. It's like it's just been waiting to be drunk. Holed up on some godforsaken basement rack. And for what? It's not like you get to keep the taste on a piece of paper afterwards. It's all up here, between the bits not killed off yet. One more for the road then, Arthur? Well, thank you, son. No worries, old-timer. If it wasn't for you, I'd have no one to see me go bankrupt. Haha. Hello, mate. You almost gave me a heart attack. Come here. So where's, Sarah? Oh, she's fine. Down in West Haven? How the hell would I know that? Sit down, have a drink. Yeah, sure. Gary, this is Arthur, an almost deaf alcoholic. How's it going? He drinks, he's a good listener, then he doesn't answer back. Well, what? That, my friend, is a 90-year-old Irish whiskey from before everyone started that experience rubbish, and you didn't even taste the fucking thing. So I'm guessing it's important for me not to be offended. Me and Joel went to that charity auction up at the Institute. Fancy place. How do you two get tickets to that? That's probably about half the story there. A bottle of the absolution. Right? I don't know, man. It was just fucked up, you know. You think you know someone, and then you're in the ballroom full of wealthy morons being told some outlandish shit. What did she say? Did you know she's been to university? All the way through as well. Fucking BA honours. Julia? No. I never pictured her as the sort, actually. Exactly, man. Exactly. She guilt-tripped me into going to the fucking thing anyway. Sarah does that too. Yeah, man, but it was like a conspiracy, you know? The guy that sent her the tickets was an old professor of hers. You could have done it just to see how she was doing. You didn't speak to him. So what? She lied to you about going to university, and she couldn't find a way to tell you any easier. Jules ditzy, man. You know that. She always gets into these situations. Remember what she was like when you two guys first started going out together? Maybe, but if she can lie about something like that, what else could she be bullshitting me with? Everyone bullshits, man. Women just seem to do it more often. I lie all the time. I just don't trust the situation at all. What, the Jules University thing? Yeah. Jesus, this stuff could strip paint. Well, no point wasting time renovating this place. Cheers to that then. How the hell can you stand drinking that stuff every night? It gives me a warm feeling inside. Goodbye, Professor Feldman. Rachel, Miss Conningly. Goodbye, Julia. So, do you have any emotions then? You're not very good at it, you see. So I'm meant to accept the insult as well as your current plan, am I? It is entirely up to you whether or not you accept the plan, Miss Bordengrass. But the insult, if anything, is an understatement. Then the plan's as meaningless to me as your insult. How long have you been like this, Rachel? I'm not one of your lackeys, Danger. You're an emotional vampire. You can't love, you can't hate, you can't feel anything unless you're feeling it through someone else. For God's sake, woman, you've turned yourself into a living bloody joke. I know your secret, Rachel. I know who you really are. But you really have placed yourself well this time, Rachel. A fine job in the police force. No one asking questions, and you finally get to mediate. So you've been following me too, eh? Oh yes, a far more interesting pursuit, I think you'll agree. I must admit, it took me some time to find you, but I knew eventually I'd finally have the opportunity to meet you. And blackmail me? Heavens, no. I'd never betray an ally, especially one so dependent on the needs of strangers. Farrier here? Who wants to know? Hey, where are you going? Wait, Barry. I told you to leave it on for an hour. There's too much for 20 minutes. This woman said she wanted Martin Farrier. Can't say no to her. Where's Hannah? No idea. No? Her family says you've been seeing her for a while now. Yeah, well, I could have just been one of many. What are you trying to say? You know, trying to wipe anything on an old commercial line will give you brain damage. What are you trying to erase, Martin? found out she'd been screwing people behind my back and I've killed the bitch. Oh. He told me it was a job he'd done last week. I knew Hannah. You heard him say he killed her? Well, yeah. You all heard him say it? Yes. Good. What he's tried to erase is still on your computer's hard drive. Call the police and tell them what you heard. I'll know if you don't. And if you don't, I'll be back. Rachel. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry. You're an emotional vampire. You can't love, you can't hate, you can't feel anything unless you're feeling it through someone else. For God's sake, woman, you've turned yourself into a living bloody junk. I thought you lost your key. Yeah, I know. Found it behind the bed. What am I going to do with you, eh? Yeah. Have you been drinking? Yep, Morris is doing well, by the way. Her space is caved in yet? I checked the ground before I walked down, and it seemed solid enough. Why'd you lie to me, Joel? I don't know. Is that it? Yes. Do you believe, Feldman? Yeah? He's out of his mind, Joel. Last week I couldn't remember the name of the Beatles' first drummer. I spent days trying to think of it. It just meant too much to me, you know? I don't know why, but it really started to bother me. Oh? So what do you do? I forgot about it till last night, and then suddenly I was back there, going over the list of names in my head, when it hit me. Who gives a fuck what his name was? There I was, standing in front of my mentor, who was telling me my whole life's a lie, and all I could think of was the name of some dead musician. But that doesn't... I'm so shocked by all of it. I spent my life hunting down all gigging experience, and what's the point? Shouldn't we be travelling the stars or something? Sorry your life turned out so shit for you. Gary, I'm not going to be able to see you for a while. What? Danger wants me to do something for him. I don't think I can tell you anything more. What? Listen to yourself, will you? It's all a fucking fantasy and you're falling for it. Hook, line and sinker. I don't know what you did for him to get that degree of yours, but that doesn't mean you... What I did for him? I can't believe you think I'm doing this because I sucked his dick to get through university. It's a fairer reason than most. More fair than the word of someone who actually knows what they're talking about? Fine, just go then. Gary, I don't want to leave like this. Please, just come with me. The only place you're going is into an early obituary. If Feldman doesn't get you killed, the supers will do it for you. Goodbye, Gary. I love you. Excuse me. Has Professor Feldman arranged all of my travel? All the way to Geneva. Dangerous plan to meet you when you get there. What do you need me to do? I need someone in the RCR. Impossible. But we already know an easy way. Julia here can gain admittance through a free experience license. So she's got the breeding too. Or otherwise it would be pointless, wouldn't it? You are correct, Rachel. When Julia here attended university, she had been earmarked for greater things. Are Class A crimes greater things, Danger? How dare you! What gives you the right to say anything to me? I am an officer of the law. Not that being here makes any difference to that. Cocky for a rich girl. I would ask you to appreciate your diametrically opposed lifestyles if it would not be too much of an inconvenience. Both of you are far from what you seem, and I wish to utilize that to your advantage. Begin the paths I ask you to follow and keep me informed on any changes you might see. We must find out exactly what they are planning as soon as possible. So you want us to just kick back and let these people take everything from under us? Neither you nor I know the full extent of their plan, Miss Bordengrass, let alone what they intend to do. No, we must wait. Julia will soon be able to tell me more about RCR's internal workings. Sure, but will she pass the mental screening? They'll pick up the cranial scarring in seconds. I don't use the stuff, I sell. Hypocrite. So I guess you'll be wanting me to go to Geneva. I have a favour owed to me in the Board of Experience Gatherers. When you arrive, ask for this man. I'll send a car to your flat in the morning. Would you mind sending it to Gary's flat instead? I know we both live in the same building. It's just... It was entirely up to him whether or not he chose to believe my proposal, Julia. It's not up to you to make him think otherwise. I know, but... You truly are devoted, aren't you? Well then, until tomorrow. Goodbye, Professor Feldman. Judgment is coming! The people must listen. Mankind has exchanged the 7 circles of life for the 7 circles of hell. As it is written in the sacred text, fire will consume the earth. And here I stand, ready to ignite the flame. I am the earth. I am ready for the fire. The first circle of hell, limbo. The second, lust. The third, gluttony. The fourth, greed. The fifth, wrath. The sixth, heresy. All have been witnessed here in this morn. And today, I bring you the 7th circle, which is violence. Hey, there is no stopping the inevitable. Heed the power of the book. chill out in here for a while. Oh shit! Now die, hero man. Oh, wait! Oh. Hiya! Stay down. Say good night. Hope that's healing the bullet wound. Hello, Malcolm. Quick as always, I see. What the hell happened? You were meant to stop them at their hideout. The informant never showed. Had to jump ahead to their last known target and hope that was still the plan. Luckily, most of them managed to get out eventually. I'm only assuming it was you that set off the alarms. It was the only way to make sure the explosion wouldn't search any gas lines. The fire door would have also sealed off the rest of the mall from the explosion if it went off. Those all right? Superficial. Luckily the suit managed to absorb most of it. What happened? I think I missed him. Well, go and get yourself checked out after they finish showing you up, okay? Okay, Malcolm. So, how have you been feeling, Super? Everything's been fine recently, Frank. No loss of experience quality? My accuracy was slightly off today. Anything else? No. Sure? The Whitehaven case got to me a little, I think. The kidnapping? It was just a bit too much, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if it affected you. She was 16 years old, right? Yes. She used to be a young, healthy, happy girl, Super. No one should have to see something like that taken away from anyone. But I'm a Super! If I can't deal with something like that... We've had a look at your augmentation patterns, and there doesn't seem to be anything to be worried about. Except there appears to be a very small denatured region around the base of your hypothalamus. At the minute, it doesn't really appear to be anything to worry about, but I'm going to make an appointment for you to have some tests later this week. Can I relay the augmentation? Actually, I think it'd probably be a good idea not to do anything like that at the minute. Is Friday good for you? Okay, same time? That'll be fine. Constable Cartwright? That's right, sir. Would you mind if I had a word with you for a second? Me, sir? Yes, Constable. I'll be right back. So, what happened? Apparently, some woman just walked in and demanded to see a man called Martin Farrier. About anything in particular? Murder of his girlfriend. Seemed like he got rid of her about a week ago and was trying to wipe the memory when the woman found him. Angry relative? We thought it might be, but the managers say she was asking a lot of questions, so maybe a PI. It's worth checking the registries, and look salvaging the erased data. Someone managed to chip the memory system, but Simmons thinks he can piece it back together. Good work, Cartwright. Anyone see where she went? They said they didn't want to press the issue. Thank you, Constable. I need to talk to the manager briefly. Feel free, sir. It wasn't my fault. You were meant to meet me today, Barry. Someone dislocated the arm of one of the lads. You were told to stop using that thing to erase experiences. It's only a sideline, Super. I'm taking away your license, Barry. Bollocks! I warned you, Barry. Want to tell me about this woman? I already told that stupid bitch in there everything I know. She came in, asked for Farrier, dislocated his arm, and told me to phone the plod. Was she wearing a face mask? Yeah, so? Odd, don't you think? Not my problem if she's a freak, right? Take care of yourself, Barry. So, what about my license? It's null and void. You can't. Bastard! Anything wrong? No. If he gets abusive, arrest him. He just needs to cool off. Right, sir? Okay, Josh, do you want to send up Kevin for an hour? Thanks, Doc. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours more, so I'll see you up top tonight, okay? How do you do it, Doc? Down here's hot as hell. That's just the suits, Josh. Yeah, but there's no way I'm ever taking this thing off down here. See you later. Goodbye, Josh. Come on, you son of a bitch. Just give me something. Hey, Josh. Doc asked me to send Kevin back up. Oh, man. What's up, Doc? There's something you wanted to see. The end of the tunnel. Don't touch it. What? Where are you going, Doc? To look at something. Good morning. Super? Looking for this? Shit. This must be modified. I've never seen an experience gun like this before. It's rare to see new technology being developed since the war. All we have is the old world's garbage, but I do have a license. You're an experienced dealer? Yes. You know, we're pushing for the criminalization of experience. It hasn't gone public yet, but with the scrambled brains of so many youth, it's not hard to see why. Oh God. Are you high? No, I'm just hungover. You must be cold. What time is it?
It's 6 a.m.
Oh, great. Now, I can't arrest you for being hungover or holding an experience gun, but I can give you some advice. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Gary. Sotabos. Sotabos. Now, where have I heard that name before? I have no idea, sir. Never mind. Here's your gun. You need a lift? Sure. Can you take me to the view? The apartment block? Yes. In fact, that's on my way. Jump in. My driver's name is Thomas. He's a mech.
Good morning, Mr. Sotabos.
Julia Conningly and Danger Feldman have just got off the plane. It looks as though they're heading to his vehicle. Shall I pursue? No. The tag on the vehicle should be enough. Julia, about Geneva. I don't want to talk about it, Mr. Feldman. I just want to go home. Me and Gary have got some patching up to do. The RCR are lying to us. Whatever you say. Rachel was right. They picked up on your little habit. Don't start on me, you fucking... Don't want to finish the sentence, Julia. I would be intrigued by your analysis of me after our little trip together. All I shall say is that it was beneficial, and you did rather well. They humiliated me, made me feel stupid. My life's a mess thanks to you. I do apologize, but you have served a great purpose, Julia, and we have come away with our lives intact, at the very least. But our safety? Was our safety ever really guaranteed with our lives as they were? I just want to see Gary. And where did you say the workman who found Substance B is now? He's on sick leave, sir. He has, well, problems. Mental? Sort of. He's sick, too. I mean, physically. But he says he'll be okay. Interesting. I may have to pay him a visit. Listen, Bill. Can we get the matter over with, one way or another? The funding will continue, Frankie. You have my word. Tower 1 is top priority. But not even I know the full plans, as you know. Thanks, Bill. It sure is impressive. Well, aren't you going to say anything? Gary? Yes, babe? I am sorry. A lot of things happened in Geneva. I don't want to hear about it. I missed you. That fuck Feldman is messing with your mind. The RCR aren't the bad guys here. It's all in his mind. I've fallen out with Professor Feldman, Gary. I guess I acted like a bitch. He's convinced something is wrong. And you? I thought you didn't want to talk. No, go on. I don't know, Gary. They knew I was a user. I fucked up. Oh? They gave me some real shit over there. It's complicated, but the board only spoke to Feldman. What did he say? Now you're interested? This affects both of us, June. It does. Gary, there's a lot about Feldman that I don't know. I'm so stupid. It's okay. No fucking way am I using that fucking thing. Have you heard the news recently? That's just propaganda, babe. Experience is there for the good of mankind. You believe the media and you'll believe anything. Hello? Mr. Alex Lee. Who is this? Who indeed, Mr. Lee? I am phoning you on a matter of great importance. You are, I believe, a man I can trust. What is this? I need your help, and I believe that you also need mine. Meet me at Vanova Avenue in 1 hour's time. This line is no good. Oh, Angie. It's morning. I couldn't sleep.
seems super.
Thanks, Thomas. I think you're right.
Is she back?
Yeah, I thought so. Thank you for meeting me, Morris.
That's alright, mate. I can't pretend I have youth on my side, but my experience lends a good ear. Real experience.
BH-109, in sight, sir. Your gateway to their homeworld, Peterson. All systems nominal, Captain. Roger that, Clive. You are Earth's heroes. Roger that, sir. Godspeed, Wilkinson. I've gone to meet Morris at the Green Apple. I thought you needed the sleep. Gary. Hello? Hello, Rachel. It's Julia. Oh? Listen, can we meet? I don't know. When did you get back? Like you don't know. If you're gonna be like that, I'm not. Please, Rachel. Have you considered that experienced dealers are somehow pawns in all of this? I don't have much time.
Pull out Ranger 1. Pull out Ranger 3.
When were you last in contact with the RCR? Euro, slow down!
What you're speaking of could put you in danger.
Let's see you dance, you fucking clams! If Feldman knew I was meeting you, and if Experience continues to spread,
then the public stay as drones, Gary. Experience is just the latest fad.
This man, Feldman, that Julia went away with, he said,
Feldman?
So what does all this have to do with the police? Thank you. Something big is happening, Rachel. But you have to help me figure out what.
Ranger 3, what are you doing? Hold on.
So, if the RCR is using you, then all I'm saying is beware. That's right, Professor Feldman. So if danger has you worried, then don't worry. We have him under observation. Now,
Look! If you need me, thank you. Danger film. Sir, she's out cold.
Ranger 3, come back! Fire!
There it goes again. You brought us back here? You and Julia are in trouble, Gary. He goes by the name of Danger Feldman because he's classified as dangerous to the government. Unofficially, Feldman lost his job at the university due to his radical beliefs. How do you know all of this? It was a long time ago. I used to know him.
You're awake.
Motherfuckers! Yes, sir. We lost him. Missing in action. Tell the news of our brave boys. Yes, sir. Just give me my fucking phone call. I know my rights. That bitch! You've seen too many motion pictures, Julia Conningly. You have no rights here. 3 of our Earth ships, military defense vehicles, have been shot down in space in a routine military mission. Jesus. Routine mission, my ass. Danger. Yes. This is serious. Very. A mechanical malfunction? Shared engine failure? That news story is fabricated. Whatever would make you think something like that? But I don't know the truth. Not yet. I don't entirely understand how it is that I can help you, Alex. Bullshit. You have connections. If only you knew the connections I have, Alex. Stop toying with me, Feldman. I need to jump ahead of the pack on this one. You said if I need you. Well, I need you. Okay, but understand this. The rabbit hole goes deeper than most people are prepared to go. To start, you need to contact a man named Joseph Bailey. He can get you started on the trail of a scientist named Dr. Orang. Orang? Yes, Orang. Works for a shadow government group working out in the Nevada desert. Okay. But if you go for Orang directly, you'll meet opposition. Go to Bailey and he might get you an access that could save you a lot of hassle. Understand? Yes. But tell me, who is Joseph Bailey?
Bailey worked for Orang 10, maybe 20 years ago. He faked his own death. He's going to be an easy find then. That's where I come in handy. Go on. I've been tracking Bailey for the past 5 years, since I learned of his return from the dead. He resides locally. That is why it is a good place to start. Closer than the Nevada desert at any rate. So where is Bailey now? Right now, I don't know, but he lived in an apartment on Davington Road. New London? Yes, but that was when I had contact with him. His use to me became, shall we say, exhausted. Okay. Joseph Bailey is an alcoholic, tried to drink away his past, a ghost to the government and scared to death of what he saw in the company of Dr. Orang. Give me the house number. 84 Davington Road, apartment 16, as far as I remember. Got it. Tell me, what did Bailey see, exactly? That's the real mystery, isn't it, Super? What indeed? You don't know? He refused to talk, but one can only guess what one might find in the Nevada desert. Now, we can't have you getting all worked up, can we? I think I'm heading home, Morris. I know it's my round. But the news gave you the willies? Something like that. What's happening, Morris? Not our problem, Gary. The next drink is on you. Spaceys. Okay, Spaceys. Next week. Thanks, mate. You think they're back? They never left. There. Isn't that better? While we're here, let's extract again, shall we? But it's only been 6 hours since the last extraction. Yes, do it anyway. Doctor, if we extract more experience, we might kill the specimen. There's plenty of honey in the hive, Miss Violet. Besides, the experience extraction seems to calm the specimen, produces his frequent disapproval of his new surroundings. Zombifies him more like. Silence! Get on with your fucking job. Yes, sir. I know the news on the radio sounds bad, Ewan, but I'm not sure it has anything to do with this place. How long have we been driving? Long enough. I need water. There's some bottles in the truck. I'll get one. Thanks, Jerry.
The Nevada desert is apparently very warm at this time of the year, sir.
No shit, Thomas. Please arrange the flights. Julia. Shit. If you will not work for us, then you are aiding the criminal underworld, Miss Connolly, aiding the degradation of the entire world. What are you going to do with me? We know you are working with Professor Feldman on a mission of his planet. We intend to stop Feldman before he commits a crime beyond his own comprehension. This is about Feldman? That man is a joke. Fucking Feldman. Let me go! I'll give you anything you want! We want your earth. Easy, you're shaking. Of course I'm shaking. Orung is out of his mind. This could kill the specimen. Well, call it a day then, if you're sure this is dangerous. We're in unknown territory here, Trevor. A human can take 1 extraction per day, maybe 2 if they're used to it. But a new species? I'm just not sure. New to you, Lisa, but not new to Dr. O'Ryan. Let him extract the fucking experience then. Okay, calm down. I knew you weren't up to this. Jesus Christ. There, it's done. Now we'll just have to hope this poor thing wakes up. Orang said to take the sample directly to him, give me the experience, and let you take all the reward. No fucking way. I'll take it. Bitch. Come in. What took you so long? Ah, there it is. There it is. Doctor? Fresh experience. Now, not a second to lose. We've tried using the alien experience, blending it with human experience, but now I realise it must be fresh for a safe batch to form. Dr. O'Ryan, I think some of the vapour from the experience is escaping into the room. Ah, yes, not to worry, Lisa. Only a mild effect. I don't feel so well. Oh well, Dr. Orang, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Just let me speak to Gary, please. You tell us where to find Feldman, and we'll let you make a phone call to Gary Soterbos. Deal. Hello? Oh dear, oh dear. Hello? Gary, I've done a terrible thing. That's where the blasts come from, Jerry. I know it. Suddenly you care about energy blasts? It's that pillar. This might be it. This might be our destination. We've already fucking been here once. Will you fucking listen to me, man? This is important. Okay, fuck. This has to do with the drudging. Really? You heard it on the radio yourself. 3 pilots in space, dead. The energy blasts. We're at war, Jerry. War? War! You have Danger Feldman? Yes, we got his address from Julia Conningly, an experienced dealer he was using to continue his investigations into our business. Interesting. Well, I might have some use for him here. A little experiment, shall we say. We need to interrogate Feldman, Doctor, along with his aide, Julia. Perfect. Bring them both here. I have a little something that might aid you in your interrogation. What do you have? Oh, a little serum. You might get to the root of the problem. Okay, Doctor. But the subjects cannot be harmed in any way. We still can't press charges against either of them. We're holding them under our own capacity. don't know if you can see me, Gary. They're holding me prisoner wherever I am. Listen, Julia, hold on. Let me speak to someone. Oh God, now there are more men. Gary! Bastards! If we just wait a little longer, something will happen. Then can we get moving? You see that? Yes. We'll never catch that thing. It's going too fast. We're going to find that chopper. And that's a transatlantic military chopper, Jerry. We can head it off at the pass, even though I hate flying.
Sure, you'll be okay, sir.
Yes, Thomas. Please wait here. I'll be back. Sir, you better take a look at this. Yes, what is it? 5 bogies just appeared out of BH-109, heading straight for Earth. It's those bastards again. Scramble the remaining rages. ASAP. They want to fight, they're gonna get them.
That won't be necessary, Andrews. Open communication channels. We've lost enough of our men already, without sending out another suicide squad.
Channels open, sir.
This is Commander William Packard of the Earth Defense Force, calling for immediate communication between myself and the 5 ships that have just entered our space territory.
We have your man. He is alive, but will die if you do not meet our commands. Packard, are you okay?
Yes, we hear you. What are your commands?
Let our ships land on your planet. We will exchange your man for the member of our species that you have captive.
Okay, anything. Please just let me go.
Who is he speaking to? I don't know, sir.
Send out a worldwide message that the 5 ships that have entered our territory are here on a peaceful mission to prepare for their immediate landing, and for God's sake, don't let this thing get out to the press or the media.
Landing? Are you crazy? After they killed 3 of our men?
2 of our men. They have Ranger 3 with them. They want an exchange for the specimen, the one that we're holding at Area 51.
I do apologize, Julia, but this really was not my intention. I have no idea what this really is about. Oh, really?
Any more talking, and it's gags for the both of you.
Sir, should I raise the alarm? There's what looks like a cop cutting the wire on the east side. No, I recognize that man. He's a super. What the hell is he doing all the way out here? What should I do, sir? Send out a team of 3 men to apprehend him and take him to one of the holding cells. We're taking quite a crowd today. Yes, sir.
Drop your weapon. You have illegally entered government property.
No, nobody wants any trouble here.
Drop the gun.
Okay, but listen, my name is Alex Lee. I'm part of the Super Police Division.
You have no jurisdiction here, Mr. Lee. Only the right to stay in one of our holding cells. Ah, my eyes!
Very good. I want every man to the east side. We've got an intruder.
What is it? A chance to escape? What the fuck did you do? Diamond tip shoes, perfect for any escape. I couldn't exactly utilise them whilst we had an armed watch party stood in front of us, but I would say now is the opportune moment. Get me out of here. What the... Alex Lee, what in tarnation are you doing here? I was looking for a rag, like you told me. Oh, I see, skipping the line, eh? I told you to seek out Joseph Bailey before you went looking for a rag. There's not exactly time to chat about it now, Professor. In here. Any more time in this fresh experience will go to waste. Well, when in Rome... If you hadn't guessed by now, Jerry, we're going to Area 51. We've got bigger fish to fry. It's coming around. Where the hell are Lisa and Dr. O'Rang? We've got bigger issues than that. Like what? Take a look out of the window. Holy shit! We need the specimen. This is an outrage. No time for dispute, Mr. Blake. You see that out there? That is the site of 15 of this guy's buddies coming here to pick up their pal. And in exchange, they're giving us back Brian Wilkinson, the missing presumed dead pilot of the Ranger 3 craft, lost yesterday. Just take it. Get those things out of here. It would be our pleasure. First, bring us the member of our species. Do as it says. She is ere enough dead. Jesus Christ! Fire! Fire! What is it? Firefight. The base is being attacked. Terrorists? I don't know, but it's time to get out of here. What are they, Yuo? Aliens. This has all been about aliens. Thomas should still be parked where I left him. It's not far. Thomas, we have guests.
Are you okay?
Fine, just drive to the airport. Who were they? I don't know. Out of our territory, sir. This has been a complete disaster!
By the year 2155, 7 towers would grow through the
surface of Earth, nurtured by the poisoned mind of the drudgeon, who lived on a distant planet. No one ever knew the origin of these structures, which seemed to sprout upwards from the Earth's core. They brought with them prophecies from prophets, religions, and the insane. They caused mass panic as more and more appeared around the world, and their true nature was never fully understood. The military harnessed their power to be used as a weapon, but with towers emerging all over the globe, their use in combat was agreed to be controlled in a global treaty. Together with the advancement in neurological drugs, the aftermath of the Third World War, and the appearance of alien life 100 years prior, the Earth was an unstable and uncertain place. The super police were introduced to help control the cities and enforce the mandate of the government, but poverty was more of a global problem than the unrest and disobedience of societies. After the Third World War, technological development and ecological advancement was halted to resist the horrors that the world had seen during the last global conflict. The towers that grew through the planet were seen by many to be a sign of God, of which they could not fully understand. Indeed, if the drudgeon were a god, this would be his plan. His influence had even caused the war which was allowing the planet to prepare for his coming. But without the influence of the dark wizards, the drudgeon would be a peaceful and inspiring creature. Twisted and poisoned, the drudgeon had been working telepathically with the dark wizards for many years since their arrival on Earth, after departing the planet Fate. The Dark Wizard's beliefs had been slowly sown into the faith and ways of religion, society, and culture throughout the ages. Experience had become the advancement that the Dark Wizards needed to utilize the drudgeon's power to its full potential. The experience gun was used to exchange people's own unique experience between one another. It was the latest drug to take people away from their personal reality and to be consumed by that of another. The lens of the experience gun was the technology that the Dark Wizards planned to use on a massive scale. By placing a lens in front of the sun and projecting the drudgeon's mind onto the whole world, they would use his influence throughout the entire world. A group of anti-government rebels, led by a man known as Danger Feldman, had learned of this plan to install the lens satellite. They planned to destroy the factory where the lens was being constructed, citing this as the end game in a long history of government manipulation. Julia Connick, a former experience dealer, was swept up by the plan to overthrow the government's plans and wanted her boyfriend, Gary Sotiros, to join her in this final battle. However, Sotiros had left his apartment and New London altogether, seeking solitude on the shores in a solitary beach hut. His alcoholism and disbelief of Feldman's wild ideas had consumed him so much that he was prepared to leave his life behind him. Unbeknown to the inhabitants of Earth, the drudgeon was growing the towers from the ground around the world to turn the planet into a giant super weapon. When the Dark Wizard's plan to turn everyone into loyal servants of the drudgeon was complete, the planet would be his, and it would also be his weapon. He would use this newly converted world to advances dominance in the universe. When the rebels began their assault on the facility that was constructing the Lens satellite, they were not expecting so much resistance from the soldiers who guarded it. A fierce battle ensued with many lives being lost. The Drudgeon listened to the sounds of combat through his cosmic consciousness. Slowly he remembered a similar conflict from many ages ago in a different place. He had remembered the good wizards of fate when they fought the dark wizards in a final battle which decided the future of that now barren world. The dark wizards won on fate, and he could not let this happen again. The Drudgeon awoke from his slumber and headed to Earth to put the wrong things right and to change this nightmare from becoming his reality. Entering a state of deep meditation, the Drudgeon levitated away from his place of rest towards the black hole nearby his planet, which allowed passage to Earth. Once in the Earth's solar system, the Drudgeon headed towards Earth to destroy the satellite which had been placed ready to alter the minds of humanity. He used his psychic powers to dismantle and demolish the satellite, and with his remaining strength communed with the sun. The Drudgeon disappeared from the physical plane, but his mind and consciousness transferred into the sun. Rays of light entered the Earth's atmosphere from the sun that carried the Drudgeon's message of peace and the truth of green, which was once again known. The truth of green was nature itself. By the year 2200, Earth was a harmonious planet, with its inhabitants working in unity to explore space and find a meaning to their own existence. The mind of the Drudgeon left the sun at this time, when he felt that humanity was ready, and legend has it that he returned to his original homeworld to once again live in peace.
When the good wizards won the war against evil, they disbanded across the land of fate in hope of stopping the planet's prophesied descent into darkness, that which the war was predicted to fulfill.
Daniel!
David!
Please, come. Sit and join me.
Only you can find comfort in a place like this.
You managed to find me.
I found you.
What's all this about?
I haven't seen you in years.
Time has been kind to you. It's been so long. Do you remember?
How could I forget?
Some might want to forget. Our brother, he never forgot.
James.
James is dead.
What? How? He started a new life in Berthea.
He went looking for them, David. He went looking for the dark ones. And found them.
That's not possible. They're dead. Gone. We destroyed them. We destroyed all evil.
Look around you. Evil is everywhere. Age has mellowed your condition, my boy.
How? How can you speak this way? It's as if you've given up hope.
No, I'm just realistic. Evil is commonplace. Here on Fate, even good comes from evil.
Old habits die hard, old man. You've been smoking too much of your pipe. You're losing your mind.
Do you care for some?
I don't touch that anymore. I've seen too many visions.
I've seen many great things through the smoke. Many great things we are yet to understand.
I've heard enough. What about Serena, James's wife?
She still resides in Berthea.
Then that is where I must go. Will you come with me?
Making suicide our destiny cannot save this planet. You know that, David.
James, he saved my life.
Then you must go.
Yours too.
Indeed. He did.